Yes, and welcome back to the podcast, the Eurovision Gossip Podcast with me. And we have some news to talk about today. It is October 12th. It is almost 10 in the morning. I was planning to do this yesterday, but the news of Diane Keaton's passing away, I was like, you know what? I take it tomorrow, because I was like, I don't have that much to do. It is a slow Saturday night. So why not do research for the podcast? But then when I saw the news, I was like, no. But anywho, we have some news to talk about today. And I'm gonna say we are having updates about Melfest. And we have one returnee, I think, who is very in for revenge, because the singer Arvin is ready for Melfest. Aftonbladet can reveal that the young star is ready for the competition. Now that Aftonbladet can reveal that Arvin Ismail, 17 years old. 17? Oh, girl. Okay, I'm 36. I feel old. Anyway, he's one of those people who has been get a very nice message from the competition general Karin Gunnarsson, and now is having a place in the next year's competition. And he debuted last year. He debuted in Melfest this year with the song This Dream of Mine, and he did very, very well. He went to the qualification heat in the fifth semifinal, but then I think he's too new, but now he has a name, because many people are gonna be like, you. I think he did one who was flying above boxes or something. I remember watching his performance. I was like, I thought he was gonna go to the finals, but no. Anyway, and he became one of those victims of SVT's new how they're gonna do it. And he's back for another time, and he says that according to Aftonbladet, it is very obvious that SVT will give Arvin another try, because it went very well for him, but his end was nah. But we have also several names that has been reported that gonna be in Melfest next year. We have 10 singers already picked out yet, and they are, of course, Saga Ludvigsson. I'm gonna say strong vocalist. I remember her from Sweden Idol. Strong vocalist, country song, not bad. Meira Omar. The Hush Hush became a meme, and then she did a Marie Mechan song afterwards, became a banger for me. Smash Into Pieces. I would love to see them represent Sweden, because their music is excellent. Eva Humatate, I have no idea who that is, so I cannot say. Felicia, the aka former Fröken Snusk, is coming back. I'm gonna say, I think she's gonna go into Melfest as a front runner to actually win this, because Felicia, aka Fröken Snusk, she's very beloved after the whole turmoil with her and her ex-manager. So I think the aka former Fröken Snusk, and she is the Masked Singer Sweden winner. So we all know she can sing, so she's gonna go into Melfest, I think, actually as the front runner to win, because she's very beloved, she has a great voice, and she has a lot of fans. Anyway, and then Gresula, I'm gonna say one of those newbies last time that actually people wanted to win. Medina, I love Medina. Medina for me can easily win Melfest, and I will not be mad if they actually represent us. Junior Lerin, I don't know that much about him, but he is apparently very famous, someone's famous husband. So okay. Robin Bengtsson, I'm gonna say, Robin Bengtsson coming back to Melfest, I don't mind it. But for me, I was like, you need to be very picky about what song is gonna send, because Robin Bengtsson is one of those people now. It feels like whenever he enters Melfest, it feels like those people are the ones that go into Melfest finals, but the song is come with a song that actually is a banger. Like I said, his Constellation Prize song from 2016 and because that would be the 10-year anniversary. And then his win, of course, from 2017, that is his 2 best songs in Melodifest. Everything after that was like, nah. And then, of course, Arvin. Why do I say Arvin? But Arvin, okay. But that is the latest updates about Melodifest. Let's see, what else do we have here? Yes, we can talk a little bit about Italy for a second, because there was an article out about the singer Olli. He has talked about, I'm not prepared, but I'm a little bit tired also. It is early in the morning. But the singer Olli, who won the Sanremo Festival 2025, is speaking out. And many of us is wondering, did he regret his decision not to go to Eurovision because he was having a tour? That's the thing. I was like, yeah, many people are saying that Sanremo Festival is not the selected song for Eurovision, but it feels like if you're entering Sanremo Festival and you win, I'm gonna say 9 out of 10, we expect you to go to Eurovision to represent Italy, because that feels like basically, yeah, he must be the first one who has been rejecting the win from Sanremo Festival. I know that one from Germany did it in 2015, and poor Sophie, wasn't her name Sophie, in Vienna. He was the front runner, but he was like, no, you can take it, and then she got 0 points. But anyway, according to Eurovision Fund, back in February, Olli emerged as the winner of the 75th edition of Sanremo Festival, Italy's most prestigious music event, with his song Ballora da Nostalgia. According to festival rules, the winner is guaranteed the first right of refusal of represent Italy at the Eurovision Song Contest. Just a week after his win, Olli officially declined the Eurovision opportunity, giving his spot to the finals runner-up Lucio Corsi, who placed 5th. Olli's refusal did not come as a surprise to many in the Eurovision community, as he shows hesitation since his first statement after winning the festival. Then why enter? An already planned nationwide tour, conflicting with Eurovision date, aligned with the dedication of his fan base, seemed to have played a crucial role in his decision. I think there was something else actually, but anyway. However, several months and a top 5 finish by Lucio Corsi later were eligible to change his opinion. In the recent interview, Olli reaffirmed that he has no regrets, remaining confident in his choice. He explains that television feels distance to him. He prefers to cultivate his relationship with his fans directly through music, which communicates both with him and with himself. As he explained, those songs offer Olli to help Federico, which is his actual name. Olli say, Fre, don't worry, they are attacking me, not you. Okay, they are attacking his stage name, but honey bun, I think there was, I gotta say, when I did a Google search about this singer, I was like, I think there was another reason, because he has some scandals underneath his belt. I don't think he wants to have reporters in the Eurovision press room actually asking him about that, but Despite opting out of Eurovision, Olli has been seeing substantial success in 2025. He currently stands as the most commercially successful Italian artist of the year, with 2 #1 singles, totaling 14 weeks in charts, a multi-platinum album, while his Sanremo Festival was named the best-selling single. Well, excuse, I have to pause, but anyway, let's continue on. At the moment, Olli is in the midst of his first stadium tour, with every date sold out, potentially confirmed that Olli has made all the right decisions so far. Okay, let's see if there's anything else in this article. I'm gonna say he also spoke out, where is that article? He's also spoke out with the Italian publication. Who is this? The bluewin.cs/it. He spoke out about this I don't know if you're gonna say Eurovision scandal, the fact that he won and then he rejected go to Eurovision, but because of the tour, and now he's blaming us because we did something. But anyway, according to this article, I have translated this to Swedish, so I have to translate it back to English. This genuine singer and songwriter reflects about his success and his fear for TV and the criticism after Sanremo. To win Sanremo Festival 2025 was a highlight of all his career, but a beginning of a complex period about judgment, press, and hard decision. Mine is a beautiful story, but they have destroyed it, he said in an interview to HuffPost Italia in regards to the controversy after his winning in the Sanremo Festival 2025. This genuine artist explains that he had many difficult weeks after his triumph. They were trying to destroy something good. I just want to sing, but I was in a whirlwind of judgment. By this reason, he chose to minimize his TV exposure. TV scares me. This is not my surrounding. I prefer direct contact with the listening. Despite the criticism, his album Tutta Vita is on the FAMA Top 10 list this year after release. Ollie talks about the results has been done practically because of the public's understanding. Digital number counts. The real prestations are the concert filled with people that sing along with me. Amongst the many good words that he was dedicated by from colleagues in the business was Antonello Vendetti and Eros Ramazzotti. They explained to me, go for it, don't change your mind. After a summer of sold-out tour dates, the singer is now busy with the Now Club tour and is working on new music and expected in 2026, which marks a new, grounded and well return to Italian pop scene. Well, everyone has a happy ending. Lucio Corsi got his 5th placement in the Eurovision, and Ollie got a sold-out tour. But I was like, I did a Google search on him, and I was like, is there another reason why he didn't want to go? Because this whole thing that he has a tour planned, I was like, Malena Ernman was doing a theater. She was doing, I think it was Cinderella the Opera in Sweden, while she was preparing for the Eurovision Song Contest 2009 in Moscow. Oh god, Greta Thunberg has destroyed Malena Ernman's reputation in the Eurovision system for me, because every time I think about Greta Thunberg, I think about Malena Ernman. That's her mother. And I was like, girl, she has destroyed your Eurovision legacy. But I was like, is there other reason? Because in my mind, I think there's all the reason why he didn't want to go. Because when you know what people are gonna dig up and talk about stuff about you. And according to I know this is just allegedly. Let's see what they said about this singer Ollie. Controversies, because those are the most fun to talk about. Let's see here. In 2023, the singer apologized for homophobia following this. I know Wikipedia is not to be trusted, but so allegedly. In 2023, the singer apologized for homophobia following social media circulation of a video of a freestyle rap he performed in 2019 when he was, how old? He was 18. Yeah, he was 18. At the age of 18, which he used to derogatory term towards homosexuals as an insult and conflated homosexuality with HIV and AIDS. Imagine those questions in the press room at Eurovision, but girl. The singer has been criticized for promoting violence against women through his lyrics following the murder of Joella Centin. I have no idea who that is. That was an Italian university student who was killed by her ex-boyfriend Filippo Turetta in November 11, 2023. Olli changed the lyrics of his songs Mai e poi mai during a concert held at Fabrico Milano, where the words "I would marry her or kill her and I sure won't leave her to be with you" and were replaced with "I will marry her and I will let her go, for me she can do as she pleases." And in an interview with Storia della Sera, Olli explained, "I wrote this song when I was 17 after my first love, a crazy story. I'd been idolized that relationship so much, and the rhyme were the hyperbole and extreme metaphor. Even at the time, those who worked with me told me that was too much, but I always stuck with the moment of writing. I felt uncomfortable singing that rhyme, and I brought 10 different phrases to replace it with. Then, why lie? My brain went blank and the new rhyme just came to me. These are those who accuse me of bending to censorship or seeking popular consent. I would never change the lyrics because I have the respect of the person who wrote them, but I have the emotional maturity to think it was wrong to sing that song that way." So do I think he avoided Eurovision to discuss this as well? Well, I'm gonna say yes, because imagine this. No offense, I don't think VV Blogs will ever mention that. But there will be a press reporter in that press briefing room who will actually ask him about that. And I think it would be very highly embarrassing for the Italian singer to actually have to explain this. His choice, I think he's like 25, but there's not that big of a difference in year between he was like 18, 19 and 25. That's only 6 years. So I think he actually avoided Eurovision also to avoid talking about that question, because to me I was like, Eurovision is such a good platform for PR. He avoided PR. I think, like I said when I talked about this for the first time, Melfest, one performance in Melfest is like worth 3 million crowns, I think like 300,000 euros worth in PR. One performance is, imagine Eurovision, it has to be 10 times. So I think he avoided and stepped away from like $3 million worth of PR with the one Eurovision performance. But I think his maybe scandals had something to do with it, if you ask me. But anyway, let's move on. What is else? I know. Okay, now I cannot stop at. I know I don't have to talk about Olli and that song again, because I was like, girl, if you didn't want to go, then I'm gonna say, if he actually did it right away after winning Sanremo Festival and would stand with the trophy and be like, I accept this trophy, but I'm not going, I give it to Lucio Corsi. And if he said it right away, not after a week, I think many people would be like, okay. But anyway, let's talk. But speaking of winner, I gotta say I was a little bit surprised to see that JJ is in a Coca-Cola commercial. But girl, get your bag. Because JJ is the new face of Coca-Cola, at least in Austria, and the new campaign is saying that "Hol dir eine Coca-Cola für deine Chance auf eine Studio-Session mit JJ plus viele weitere Preise." And let's see here, what does it say? I need to translate this, so I don't speak German. I did take German in school for 6 years. I remember basically 2 phrases. That is all I remember after 6 years, because I hated studying German. I wanted to study French, but my parents said that we cannot help you with your lesson in French. They never helped me with my 6 years of German either. So 6 years of German wasted. But anyway, I wanted to learn French. I want to learn Italian, but okay. Anyway, Coca-Cola is now doing something big. Only Coca-Cola can do it. Take your work excites you. Meet JJ in a Coke music recording studio and create a song moment together, from the hook to a high five. Or experience Michael Gretrios on the very close up with the meet and greet. Also tickets to the Austria football international games. Studio vibes or stadium vibes, you decide. Coca-Cola makes it possible. Take a bottle, compete, and bring home some unforgivable memories. Only Coke can do it. So JJ is the face of Coca-Cola, and I'm gonna say good for you, collect that bag, because it feels like, no offense to the two current winners who won Eurovision 2024 and 2025, because Nemo is out on the art house tour and JJ is doing his stuff. It feels like I've said when I talked about this with Easy Crow, that I feel like I forgot about who won the last 2 years, because there's so much surroundings about this, so I feel like you forgot about who won. I'm sorry about the background noise. My computer is old. I need to replace it, but I can't afford it at the moment. So I work with what I got. But anywho, let's see. What else? I mean, before we talk about, yes, I cannot go one podcast episode without talking about Israel. But here we go. According to Eurovision Fun, this was the breaking news like 4 days ago, and this is a little bit breaking news because now Austria is now pushing back and saying that if you don't allow Israel to compete next year, we are not hosting. And I was like, if the host country is like, children, simmer down, stop, you know it's about to go down. Breaking news, Austrian Chancellor does not want to host Eurovision 2026 if Israel is excluded. And the last minute development is literally shaking the foundation of Eurovision 2026. This is according to Eurovision Fun. The leadership of the Austrian People's Party, ÖVP, and the country's chancellor has declared that if there is a boycott against Israel, then the national broadcaster URF should not host Eurovision. The issue has sparked intense political controversy, discussions regarding potential penalty clauses up to 40 million euros. I mean, I'm gonna say 40 million euros is a lot of money, but I think, yeah, I don't know. Let's move on, let's read. 2026 turns into a political thriller. Yeah, the up-and-coming Eurovision has already become a matter of international political dispute, and people said that we are not going to talk about Eurovision in political terms, but girl. Several countries once led by Spain's left-wing government are calling for the exclusion of the Israeli artists from the competition. The EBU is held to expect to hold a secret vote on the matter in mid-November. The ÖVP opposes Eurovision without Israel. In such scenario, Germany's conservative Chancellor Friedrich Merz has already announced that Germany should also withdraw from the contest, citing historical responsibility. This stance seemed to resonate with Austria as well. The Chancellor Christian Stocker and the State Secretary Alexander Pröll has reportedly pressuring both ORF and the city of Vienna not to host the event if Israel is excluded. Is this what you want, pro-Palestinian people in the Eurovision community? I ask you. Let's see. It is unthinkable that we will be the ones to forbid the Jewish artists from coming to Vienna. Yeah, basically it's like if Austria's like, there's the door, said a senior member of the ruling party to OE24. The social liberals of the Neo party appears to have a similar view. The matter is all financial complex. ORF has signed an agreement stating that if Austria wins the contest, as it did in 2025, it is obligated to host the next one. If ORF withdraws the broadcast, it would owe up to 40 million euros in compensation to the new host country. But you know that the runner-up is Israel. So think about this carefully. But anyway, if Austria withdraws as a hosting country, well, congratulations, Estonia. You got to host Eurovision with less than 7 months to go. I mean, I gotta say, yes, Estonia is gonna host Eurovision. 7 months. They have 7 months to prepare for this. And you think about all the tickets, all the hotels, all the bookings, all the campaigns, everything is completely wasted because now we're going to Estonia instead of Tallinn. Wait, who came fourth? Yes, Sweden. If Estonia doesn't want to do it, give it to Sweden. We can do it. But Malmö doesn't want to host. This is a mess. Give it to Italy. Yes, give it to Italy. I don't know, this is just such a fucking mess. For Orpha alone, the amount would reach 25 million euros, with the Director General Rolf Weichmann reportedly having informed the government that the state might have to cover the cost. Tension between Stockholm and Ludwig. The mayor of Vienna, Michael Ludwig, stated to OA24 that excluding Israel would be a serious mistake. However, the city seems to appear determined to proceed with hosting the event, as the competition is expected to bring significant revenue. Of course, money. According to reports, behind-the-scenes discussion has already begun between Chancellor Stocker and Mayor Ludwig in an effort to avoid political or financial crisis. Oh, honey bun, you're in for a ride. Let's see, do we have anything else new that's been out now? No. Yeah. I'm gonna say I saw this yesterday. Let's talk about Australia a little bit quickly, and then I'm gonna do some. Yeah, because if the ceasefire peace plan is coming soon, then how is the Eurovision and the pro-Palestinian people in the Eurovision community going to do? They have all the free time in the world. They can maybe care about other people who are in need. Syria, Yemen, those people. But nope. Anyway, and ask Greta Thunberg to go along. I read somewhere that her whole flotilla thing has released so much toxic in the water, but anywho, she's a climate activist. A fraud. Anyway, let's talk about Australia. Because I saw a report yesterday that there are viewers in Australia pressuring SBS to actually withdraw as well. But according to Eurovision Fund, Australia is saying that we will not withdraw from Eurovision 2026 despite the pressure. Austria's SBS is under pressure regarding its participation in Eurovision 2026 following the ongoing war, not the genocide, war in Gaza, and Israel's intention to take part as usual in the contest, which will be held in Vienna. During a Senate hearing, two Green senators asked whether the broadcaster should withdraw if Israel remains in the competition. Acting Manager Director Jane Palfrey-Mann made it clear that the broadcaster will participate as planned. Impartiality is a cornerstone of SBS. That is such a hard thing to say for I am dyslexic, so my speaking sometimes is not the best. It is not our role to decide which country should compete. It is up to EBU, which will note in November. Senator David Shoebridge pressure further, citing UN report referring to genocide in Gaza. I have some information about that. However, the spokesperson Claire O'Neill responded, if we were to stop broadcasting because of a country's action, that could be seen as a political stand, something that would call for our impartiality into question. SBS confirmed that it has received over 150 viewer comments on the issue, though no formal complaints has been filed. Israel's participation in Vision 2026 will be determined after EBU member vote, initially scheduled in early November. However, according to Australian media, the vote may be postponed or even cancelling together following the signing of a peace agreement in Gaza. Yes, that's the thing. If we have a ceasefire peace plan, then what's the problem? If you ask me. Let's see here. I have found something very interesting. Because I'm gonna say I'm not letting Eurovision die because of lies, but let's see here. I'm gonna say there was I saw this in last July. There was a breaking news that, and I quote from this post, the UN itself admits that 87 of its 2010 food trucks in Gaza between May 19 and July 29 were hijacked by armed groups. Guess what? From who? Hamas. And that's from UN-owned site UNOPS. This isn't Israel propaganda. This is a UN confession. Where is the media? So wait, how much is so basically almost over 1,500 food trucks was hijacked by Hamas. Interesting. It is Israel's fault, I guess. Let's see. Listen to her.
Okay, this is hilarious. So apparently UNRWA, which is the UN Refugee Agency for Palestinians, announced just yesterday that there is a famine in Gaza and malnutrition. Yet suddenly, when President Trump announced that there is a ceasefire in Gaza and the war is about to end, UNRWA announced today that they have enough food for at least 3 months for all the citizens of Gaza. But yesterday you said there was a famine. So you must be telling yourself, no, it's a mistake. UNRWA never lies. After all, they're a UN agency sponsored by the Americans, Germans, other European countries, and Japan. Yeah, so actually they're kind of doing that on a regular basis. Take this, for example. This is Aya. She's from...
And what you're seeing now is a post that's saying that, they're portraying
Could it be that this UN agency actually just takes money from the West? Okay, this is...
I mean, what they were saying, that she was saying that there was a post of a girl standing in ruins from a 2024 photo. But the thing is that internet never forgets, and that girl was a photo from 2015. That is 10 years ago. Let's see one else.
Of Israel. I'm scared of a world that has seemingly lost all sense of humanity.
No shit, Sherlock. We know you're not scared of Israel. That's the point. That's why you keep going. That's why you feel comfortable enough to go break international law and try to break through a legal blockade in Israeli waters. That's why you're not sailing to Yemen. There are millions of children starving in Yemen. Why aren't you sailing to Yemen? Why aren't you sailing to the port of Mogadishu? Why do you keep sailing to a country that you know you will come back from unharmed? I'll tell you why you're not going to Yemen or Somalia, Greta. It's because you're a coward and a bully. And bullies choose their victims because they know they will not fight back. You know you are not going to prison in Israel. You know you will leave Israel immediately unharmed, as you should. You know women are treated well in Israel. You know Israel is a democracy, the only democracy in the Middle East. This is the perfect scenario for you. You get your photo op, you get to cosplay Joan of Arc, you get to pretend to be a humanitarian with your aid on your flotilla, which there was no aid on the flotilla, surprise, surprise.
From the inside, one of the largest vessels to come in this Yom Kippur flotilla, and while we're processing this boat, there's one thing missing, guys. All this aid that they were supposed to bring into Gaza, which explains one thing to me, I'm sure it explains to you, that when we and multiple other countries offered them to take this aid and bring it to the Gazans who could facilitate its safe arrival, they flat out rejected it.
You conveniently choose to protest in Western democracies, where you know nothing will happen to you, where you know you will not face any serious consequences. Here is video evidence of the inhumane treatment Greta received in Israel, and yet she can't seem to name one instance where she was treated poorly.
It's very worrying, because people were not being treated well.
Basically showing that an Israeli soldier handing over her a jacket, it's cold.
No, I prefer not to go into details. On international waters, we were illegally attacked and kidnapped by Israel and taken against our will to Israel, where we were detained. And then some of us deported, some are still there.
Greta, if you want to be an effective activist, you have to stop telling on yourself you were kidnapped and then immediately deported. I mean, I don't know. I don't think you have to be a member of Mensa to figure out that that's not how kidnapping works. And of course, she has to mirror the language of kidnapping, comparing herself to Israelis who are experiencing actual atrocities, who are currently hostages, who have been experiencing a hellish existence for 2 years. It's beyond offensive. It's reprehensible. It's disgusting. It's evil. It's depraved. And I hesitate to even give attention to this because the more attention you focus on something, the more it grows. But I think we should listen to her when she says she is not scared of Israel. She is saying the quiet part out loud. She knows she will return from Israel safely. That is why she is doing this. That is why she keeps going. That is why she keeps polluting water. Where's your septic tank going, Greta? Where's your waste on that flotilla going, by the way? It's infuriating. Anyway, bye.
I'm not scared of...
And this was from the account That's 70s Jew, and the other one was from Ella Kenan 100 on Instagram as well. Yeah, let's do one more because we have so much to talk about. Because I saw a post on 17 hours ago from Hensma's IG on Instagram as well, and the first post is saying that We don't want a ceasefire. We want Israel to end. Protesters in London today are saying the quiet part out loud.
Sure that we are not able to end not just the genocide, but the settler, colonial, racist, apartheid regime that is Israel. Let's not get confused. A ceasefire means nothing. A ceasefire means nothing if it demobilizes us from ending Zionism itself. In order for Palestine to be free, Zionism has to end in this world. That is a pure fact. That is a material reality of our cause. So these marches continue. They have to continue. We keep marching. We keep on disrupting. We keep on boycotting. And we keep on supporting those and being involved with those who are smashing up to ensure that...
Anyway, this post concludes with, they call for a ceasefire. Now that it's here, they are still raging in the streets because it was never about peace. Because it is never about peace, it was about power, about keeping the hatred alive. Now when the mask is off, now when we are seeing it is in the protest, it is obsession and an addiction to hatred so deep, they can't even celebrate the end of suffering. For too many, it was never about helping Palestine, it was always about hating the Jews. So yeah, so those in the community, Eurovision community, who boycotted Israel for 2 years, Maxi Rainbow, Vivi Blocks, Noosh, Eurohub, amongst everyone else. Is this what you're supporting? Because if you don't speak out, because if this is what you're supporting since you are boycotting Israel for the last 2 years, then I'm gonna believe that you support this, that you support that Israel is not existing anymore, that you are supporting this craziness. This Eurovision season is turning out very well already. And yeah, let's do one more. I'm out.
Nobody wants to admit. Trump, Netanyahu, almost all of the Arab states have signed off on a peace deal. Where is Hamas? Where is the celebrities? Where is the global left that's been crying about this ceasefire for so long? It's here, ready to do a deal. Everybody's on board, except, do you even know who you're rooting for at this point? Do you realize that you're siding with the terrorists? Has that crossed your mind? Or have you been so brainwashed by the media? Are you a closet anti-Semite? Is that what's happening? Do you want to pin it on the Jews? You want to pin it on Israel? You won't talk about it otherwise? Because it sounds to me like they're ready to do a deal. And everybody's on board, including the majority of the Arab states. But you and the global left and these celebrities and these wannabe influencers, they're nowhere to be found. When you only demand peace when Israel looks bad and the Jews look bad, you've already picked sides, and we can see through you. Trump's on board, Netanyahu's on board. Most of the Arab states are on board with this. The only holdout seems to be Hamas. Did you ever think that maybe Hamas doesn't want peace? Did you maybe think that all these years, with all that funding that they got from Iran, that maybe they could have used that to maybe build some schools, maybe feed the people instead of building these tunnels and planning war on Israel? Did you ever think that maybe they were the ones who didn't want the peace? Maybe they're the problem? Maybe the terrorists, the people that everybody realizes are terrorists, the ones that you've come to side with, maybe they're the problem. The issue for all these celebrities and for the global left is that their narrative have failed its own test. They've painted Israel and the Jews as the villain for years, and now they can't get away with it anymore. They have no one to pin it on. Everybody's ready to do a deal. Everyone's at the table, but they're not, because it doesn't fit their, oh, what's wrong? It doesn't fit your narrative. It's not good for you. It's not good for your brand. You have nothing to talk about anymore. Oh, you're a hypocrite. I got it. We all understand you now. Now the world has signed on. And may I say again, most of the Arab states. So what do they do? What do all these celebrities do? They either ignore it or they double down on their claims of genocide. It's not activism. That's partisanship. And please, can we just call it what it really is? It's anti-Semitism. You demand ceasefires only when Israel fights. You're not siding with humanity. You're siding with terrorists. If you only call for peace when one side is Jewish, you've lost your moral consistency. It shows you don't really care about human life. What you care about is your narrative. What you care about, what fits your agenda. Does it go along with all the things that you've been spewing all these years? And when the facts are thrown in your face and you look like a hypocrite and you're out there exposed, we see you for who you truly are. I can't hear all those celebrities and see, do we really have to
listen to these idiots anymore? You were in a movie once, you once walked a catwalk, and all of a sudden you're a political expert? No, you're a moron, you're uninformed, you don't know the facts, and you're just doing things because it's fashionable, because it's trendy, because it helps get you followers, it helps keep you relevant, your otherwise irrelevant career. Let me tell you something, me and my people, we ain't standing for it no more. Here's the hypocrisy that nobody wants.
And this was Aris Goldberg on Instagram. Oh, that was brutal. I mean, I gotta say, I have more of these on my Instagram because I've saved so much from this. But I was like, I cannot do it anymore because, yeah, that is the thing. I've said it on my YouTube shorts. There is crisis in Syria, Yemen, Sudan. 100,000 millions people are suffering, but it's not trendy. Yeah, so those of you in the Eurovision community that want Israel to be banned, when will you ever care about those 3 countries? When will you ever stand outside their campuses with those protesters? When will ever Greta Thunberg go to these? That's the thing with this conflict. When you dig behind the corporate media and actually realize what's going on, even the UN agencies is now confirmed that the aid has been hijacked from. There was never a genocide. That's the thing. When you dig deep behind the veil of corporate media, you realize there were so many lies. That's what has been going on for the last 2 years. Lies. I can agree with you that there's a war. But do I blame Israel to want to bring home the hostages? No, I don't. And for people to say that Gaza is starving, yeah, Hamas has stole all the money. Because I read somewhere they got $15 million from Qatar each year. That is I actually divided that and I was like, how many pizzas do I get for that? 750,000 pizzas. If you ask if the pizza is $20, because pizza today is expensive, so a pizza for $20, that would feed 750,000 people. And Gaza's population is over 2 million people. So basically, almost half the country will eat pizza. Anyway, I mean, I'm gonna say it again. This is a whole mess. But yeah. If that ceasefire, I hope that ceasefire plan is in place and Israel's in the competition, because that will expose all of y'all in the Eurovision community and all of y'all Eurovision content creator who has been boycotting Israel. And yeah, Max and Rainbow, you in particular, I don't like you. I never have. Ugh. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this podcast, I mean, I'm gonna say this goes for Max the Rainbow, this goes for Eurohub, VV Blogs, Noosh, Bambi Thug. Everyone has been parading around with the Palestinian flag and demanded Israel's out of the competition. This exposed you. You are the problem, not me, and not them. Anyway, bye. Yes, and with the upcoming Eurovision season becoming more and more crazy, don't forget to hit subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on the latest thing in Eurovision world. And don't forget to follow my podcast so you don't miss out on the latest gossip and news in Eurovision world. I'll see you another time. Bye!